Today we're in Loudoun County, Virginia, and we're at Endless Summer Harvest. We're here with Mary Ellen Taylor. Mary Ellen, tell me about your business. How long have you been here, and what do you do here?
Thanks, Chris. Well, we're a commercial hydroponic lettuce grower. I've been doing this now for 20 years, I'm proud to say. We're celebrating our 20th anniversary this year. And we grow lettuce primarily and other herbs and greens, including like a watercress and an arugula.
Oh, wow, that is wonderful. What kind of got you started in this business?
We went to the Magic Kingdom, and we went to Epcot Center, and we went on a ride called The Land. And that's what we were going to come back in Loudoun County and build. And indeed we did. Today when we're touring, it is the same NFT systems that the Magic Kingdom uses down in Orlando.
Okay, well, I'd love to go see some of those systems now. Maybe you can show us around the greenhouse.
I'd love to.
So, Mary Ellen, how do you start the lettuce? You grow a lot of lettuce in the greenhouse. What do you do?
We grow about 12 varieties seasonally. They stay here in our nursery for about 10 days. We have hand-seeded a little baby seed into each one of these cubes. From the nursery, the hort trays are brought out into the greenhouse, where they get adjusted and acclimated to this environment versus the controlled environment in the barn. After a few days of them in the hort trays in the greenhouse, we then plant them out into these channels or gutters, which have 72 holes. They sit here and grow, get used to taking in the nutrients and the environment in the greenhouse. And then from here, we remove them and we will place them out into the greenhouse in these gutters, which gives me an 8-inch center so that the plant can grow perfectly out here in the greenhouse.
How do you harvest it and bring it inside here?
Yes. We harvest it in harvest bins, which you can see behind us, and carry is working out of here. They're then placed in our walk-in coolers so that they kind of chill and they get better ready to be prepared. And that's what this team is doing here. We are taking only the best lettuce off of each Oasis cube.
Is this what you started growing in this whole greenhouse?
Yes, it is.
All those 20 years ago?
All those 20 years ago. And now as you look across, you see many different colors and textures and even personalities within this lettuce. We have some great basil, 2 varieties. We have some mint, cilantro, and parsley.
That is awesome. So you found out as you started growing, you were looking at different crops, and that's what you needed in your marketing channel.
Yes, because as you look across and see all these varieties, that makes our Loudoun blend, and that's really our private label. What we are most known for is that blend of salad.
So when you think about production systems and the things you've grown and how you grow them, have you changed anything else? Are you using any types of other production systems?
Yes, we have microgreens that are grown in channels and on shelving and in our barn. So that is totally enclosed and in a micro little environment.
We think about vegetable farmers that are growing outside. They've got a very limited window that they can actually produce, but you can produce all year round.
Yes, I am able to employ people 12 months out of the year, to feed people 12 months out of the year, and to have income 12 months out of the year. And that's also because of this controlled agricultural environment.
What do you do to market this? What kind of markets do you sell to?
We early on decided we were going to grow for farmers markets. Now, 20 years ago, Chris, we really rode the wave of the increase in farmers markets. When we started this, I think there were like 3 in the Washington, Virginia, Maryland area. Now there are 30. Okay. Now, when we first started, we needed to be at 12 different markets. On Saturdays, we went to 5 different ones. But they were small regional markets between here and Washington, D.C. As the years went by, we could eliminate some of those smaller markets because the better and bigger markets grew. Our clientele grew. Those markets grew within these 20 years. So now I only am going to 2 markets versus 12 to move almost the same amount of merchandise.
Did you ever investigate wholesale markets?
Yes. Early on, we needed wholesale markets, and Wegmans moved out of New York, and we were selected to have our lettuce in there. Now, again, our farmers markets have grown, so that's direct to consumer and a retail price. So we have stopped selling to Whole Foods and to Wegmans, but they were very important to us in the beginning.
Okay. Well, I can see how it's all changed over the years.
Yes, and we also have evolved to restaurants, better restaurants in Washington, D.C., white tablecloth restaurants in Fairfax, and here in Loudoun County. Restaurants, 2 years ago, were about 60% of our business, and 40% went to farmers markets. Then COVID happened. Restaurants closed down. Thank goodness our farmers markets didn't, but they all demanded a pre-order system. So we set up an online shop. And also we set up this store where we are in today. And this is really inside our building. So this year I have brought my farmer friends in the community involved. And now we are trying to make a one-stop place for people to come get their lettuce, get their eggs, and their summer vegetables.
Okay, that's wonderful. So a terrible thing like a global pandemic really actually, in a way, helped you pivot and change the way that you did that. So Marilyn, you've been doing this for 20 years now. You're doing a great job. It looks good. But I know you've learned some things over that time period. If somebody was wanting to get into this business, what kind of tips or suggestions would you give them?
Learning never ends.
Okay.
So, but I think if I were to advise a new grower, somebody new to the hydroponic world, I would say save as much money as you put into your plant, into your greenhouses and your structures for maintenance in future years as you put in to operate originally. Proactive maintenance will just save you so much.
Well, thank you so much for being so open and candid about everything you're doing here. And I think it is going to help some growers interested in getting into this.
I would love that. That would be a great legacy.